What's going on, you guys? It's your Huggable Hipster here, and today I'm going to be discussing the truth about being a gaming YouTuber. What is it like to do gaming content creation on YouTube? What are the ups and downs? The literal just truth, hardcore, no sugar-coated Powerpuff Girl truth. This is going to be an interesting video to put out to you guys, considering the fact that I've been doing this for 6 years now. 6 years. I mean, I don't have 1 million subscribers. I don't even have 10,000 or 5,000 subscribers, but I've experienced such a range of not just emotions with this job, but successes and hardships and so many things under the sun that I can't even imagine once I get to 5, 10, or even 1 million subscribers, if that day ever comes, you know, what's going to happen then. The fact of the matter is that not everyone will ever get to 1 million subscribers. That's just the hard truth, and it is what it is. But it takes a special kind of person who has that personality, who can really push themselves forward and be like, no, I'm going to do everything in my power to succeed. That was me right before I graduated from college. I was like, I don't want to be in the psych field. I love my psychology degree. I love, you know, the fact that I got to study psychology, but it became so politicized and just so money hungry that it completely disgusted me. The fact of the matter is that starting YouTube, you're going to have a lot of people against you. You're going to have a lot of people saying, you can't do that. What do you think you're doing? Oh my God, that's so cute. What an adorable hobby. So many people will whine and complain and say, why aren't you spending time with me? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? Because you have to sacrifice certain things in order to get shit done, and it's exhausting. This video is going to be all over the place, so bear with me. Let's get into the meat of what it is to be a gamer on YouTube. Finding your niche is probably one of the most difficult things to do in such an overly saturated market as this. Being a gamer on YouTube is kind of like saying I breathe air. Like, everybody does it. Everyone has experimented with it. Everyone has tried it at least once. And the thing is that you have to be so creative and so within your niche in order to even make a dent in this ecosystem. Psychology, I could create something intriguing for people. Now, granted, I didn't really put a lot of psychology into my videos for the first, I want to say year and a half, almost 2 years, because I was doing just what everyone else wanted me to do. I didn't really, you know, have the setup in order to do the things that I'm doing right now, which is okay. You know, things come with time and practice and money and growth and understanding. I wasn't really being myself when, you know, it was the first 2 years on YouTube. I was doing what people wanted. I was doing playthroughs because A, I wanted to do them, but also B, I knew other people wanted me to do them. Almost 1,500 videos later, you have to be your own producer, you have to be your own videographer, you have to be your own editor, you have to be your own filmmaker, you have to be your own other set of eyes to make sure that things are okay. You have to be your own entertainer, your own actor, your own hype person, your own everything, because when it comes down to it, this is a very lonely job, I want to say, for the majority of it, because you're doing the work on your own. Unless you have over 1 million subscribers or 10 million subscribers and you have a production crew that is helping you and doing things with you, odds are you are recording, editing, producing, doing everything on the list all on your own. So it does get lonely. You are isolated from people. You are doing things a lot on your own. For me, it's okay. I'm very much of an introvert. I don't like being with people for more than like a few hours, you know, and then I start getting really drained. So I need my space. I need my cool off time. If I'm in a party with people who I don't know, I kind of revert into my shell a little bit and I become really shy, which is not who I am. I'm not a shy person at all. I am very much of like a bubbly, outgoing, like, oh my God, I'm Aerith. that's exactly who I am. I am like Aerith combined with Jessie from Final Fantasy VII. That's me. If you're okay with a little bit of solitude and doing things pretty much on your own, then you're gonna thrive. Another thing is that when you are doing games and you are even doing thumbnails and metadata and everything, you have to think of a very creative way to go about doing it. I only just recently started doing thumbnails in a completely different way by adding myself into them. And I've added myself into them before when I, you know, was doing the Alien Isolation playthrough. But I feel more creative now than I ever have been. The fact of the matter is that when you get a following, because the first 1,000 subscribers is always going to be the hardest. Why do I say that? Because you're just getting people to give a shit. At the first 1,000 subscribers, people are just starting to find out who you are. They're just finding out your content. They're just understanding who you really are for the first time. So people really didn't know or give a crap about you before that. I know what I'm saying is harsh, but try to see through the bluntness of the words to the meaning and to what I'm saying, because I'm always going to be blunt. That's who I am. But what I say because it's real, it's factual, and it's true, not because, oh, look, being a troll. First 1,000 subscribers is the most difficult. When you get to 2,000 subscribers, I feel like that's the point of when people start to take you more serious. When you get to almost 3,000 subscribers, then you start really get the ball rolling on things, especially if you post consistently. For me, posting every day, I think, has been the reason for my growth. Absolutely, 100%, hands down. Because before, I was only posting every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I feel like YouTube, from what I've been told by other content creators, that that YouTube prioritizes quantity over quality, which is kind of messed up if you think about it. But also, yeah, I get it. If you post enough, you're going to get seen by enough. Prioritize your mental health over everything. If you feel like you cannot post a video, or you feel like you don't really want to do something because you just don't feel like you are up to it mentally or physically, don't do it. Do not push yourself to do something that you don't want to do. I feel like that should be one of the biggest takeaways from this video, is prioritize your mental health over everything. That's another thing with being a YouTuber. In order to push out the massive amounts of content that you will need to push out in order to even make a minuscule dent in the system, you need to take care of yourself. Let me repeat that. In order to push out the kinds of content that you will need to push out in order to make even a dent in the system, you need to take care of yourself. Mind, body, and soul. I don't, that's not an opinion, that's just a fact. Taking care of yourself allows you to be creative, to be a genius, to do whatever it is that you want to do, because your mind is ready, your body is healthy, and your soul is prepared. When you take care of yourself, and when you put enough love and enough ingredients into what you are making, everything else will follow. I know that this video is getting rather deep and rather just very philosophically ambiguous, so please just stick with me through the rest of this just miasma of blah. This is all the stuff that you have to take into consideration when you are even thinking about doing YouTube as a career. This is my career. This is what I do. I don't get paid from YouTube yet because I have Patreon, because I have video editing gigs, I have graphic design gigs, I have all that kind of stuff. You need to think your way through this very carefully. It's not easy. The truth about YouTube is that it's hard. It's hard, guys. It really is. I want you guys to be safe, and I want you guys to be comfortable. I want you guys to live out your dreams the way I'm starting to right now. And, you know, the thing is that always think of your financial safety, security, and future before you jump headfirst into something. Think about everything. Another thing I want to bring up, this is, I don't even go into this topic. This is not the pretty side of YouTube. This is the more disturbing side. Stalkers, people who are overly obsessed, all that kind of stuff. Be very careful with this. And I'm going to say this and try to be as vague as possible with this next part. When I started YouTube, I never in my wildest dreams thought that I would ever be recognized or anything like that. I don't think any YouTuber really does. I don't think, Jacksepticeye, ever wakes up thinking, gee, I'm going to be recognized today. That's not what happens. The first time I was recognized was on a train ride back home from Albany, New York. And it was wild because there were two guys who kept staring over me when I was sitting in the train car, and I felt so uncomfortable. There was a woman who I was talking to beside me, and she was like, "Why are those two guys staring?" And one of them walked up to me, and he was like, "Hey, are you Huggable Hipster?" And they pulled me up on their phone, and they were like, "Oh yeah, no, this is you. This is you." And it was such a weird moment. It was such a weird moment. And then as the years went on, I get recognized in my small town. I get recognized when I go to the grocery store. Like, it's very strange. It is still very, very, very strange. I don't know how to, I think compartmentalize it is the correct word. I don't know how to internalize it with, it's very strange for me because I do this as a passion. I never I know that I'm posting videos out to the internet and thousands of people are potentially watching them, and it's you know, it doesn't really connect with me sometimes that I could potentially be recognized in the real world. So you guys have to take cybersecurity very seriously, very seriously. Be professional on your platforms. I've seen so many people who are not, and they go about and they say whatever shit pops into their brain, you know? Sometimes it's funny and sometimes it's like, did you read the room or are you just saying stuff, you know? So you guys wanted to know the truth about being a gamer on YouTube. It's fun. It's chaotic. It's wild. My God, it's wild. It's rewarding. It's some of the best and hard work I've ever put into anything. And it's one of the most difficult jobs I have ever had, ever. Grinding your bones to dust for something that may not work, putting in absolutely every amount of all of your soul into something. It's one of the best things and one of the strangest things I've gotten to be a part of so far in my journey on this planet. But understand one thing, you guys, when you decide to take this on as a job and as a career, do it with grace and strength. Don't ever come at it from something of where you want to do this to prove that you're better than people, because I assure you that's not going to go well at all whatsoever. I see people sometimes who do YouTube only to make a point to their friends or, you know, because they want to be famous overnight. It's not the reason to do it. The reason to do it is because you're passionate about content and whatever it is that you want to do on this platform. It doesn't even have to be gaming, business, mechanics, gardening, pets, or whatever it is. You know, when you create content on YouTube, you are putting out content into the world. This channel is growing some days faster than I can keep up with. And it's nerve-wracking for me sometimes to think that I might not be able to answer back to one of you, and that scares me. You know, I don't want you guys to just be another comment. I want you guys to feel like, you know, you guys are taken care of and that your voice is heard. It was one of the main reasons why I got into YouTube. I wanted to create, you know, not only the other things that I mentioned, but I also wanted to create a community of amazing people, and I've done that, and, you know, I'll continue to do that. But don't ever feel like you're being left out, because you're not. I see you. I hear you. Yeah, leave your comments down below, and if you guys like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit the bell down below. I make videos every day here on YouTube. But with that being said, stay casually nerdy, you guys, and I will see you all in the next video. See ya.